So we've been given certain gifts. We have choices to make with those gifts. We have the choice whether we're going to use them for good purposes, if we're going to use them for selfish purposes, or if we're going to use them to help others. And I think that since God is good and God doesn't make mistakes, He's given us the gifts that He has because He wants us to use them for His glory. I see one of my strengths as working with kids. I didn't think that initially when I started serving in church. I thought that I would be better suited to working with adults. Even though I love kids, I've always loved kids, I didn't think leading children and educating children was really where I belonged. That was a learning process for me. You know, trying something out and seeing how it worked. Working with kids, especially middle school kids, is something that I truly enjoy. I think more than just me, I've seen how our church is equipped to help in such different ways. I see God work through so many people in so many ways that I think that it's amazing how planned it all is without being planned. But through things at church, through things within my own family, through things within small groups, large groups, everything. It's amazing how it all comes together. Through the willingness of a few to lend a hand with little things that make everything go so much smoother. I think that we have some very, very, very strong leaders within our congregation, and we have some people who are great at doing paperwork. And we have some people who are amazing at being able to talk to youth, and some people who are wonderful at noticing when someone in the congregation is down, and we'll just say, "Hey, you okay today?" and give a hug. And we have people who are great at sending cards, and people who are wonderful at baking or putting up signs or any number of things. Someone in our congregation one time noticed that my tire was flat and said, "Hey, your tire's flat. Make sure you get that checked out." I never would have noticed. I'm not a tire checker. But I was so thankful for that, because I could have been stranded on the side of the road with my family, you know. People pulling weeds. One day I saw someone walking into church and they saw a weed in the flower bed and bent over and picked it out. And you know, there's just little things that all come together, and I think that God puts us all together for a reason. I think that we have so much uniqueness, so that God had such a plan when He put this group of people in this place, and He has such a plan when He puts families together the way He does, and small groups and large groups together the way He does. And it's amazing to see it all work. Volunteer! Come out and do it, because we need your unique gifts. And if you think you don't have unique gifts, you do. Everyone does, and everyone has something to offer. There are just so many opportunities to serve. There are wonderful things like Friends in Faith, where you could just sit down next to a child and help with homework for 40 minutes or so. Hand out snacks. Come and sit and have dinner with them. They love that. You know, there's so many different places within the church that need little things, and there are little things that we can all provide. Everything we are and everything we have comes from God, and God doesn't make mistakes. So He has given you whatever talents and gifts and abilities and whatever you have to be used for His glory. So to hold them or waste them or not share them isn't the right thing to be doing. Our talents are to be used everywhere we go. We can bring God to work with us. We can bring God to school with us. We can use our gifts in such a way to make the world a better place in every aspect of our lives.